In an effort to reduce gun violence across Denver, District 5 Councilmember Amanda Sawyer, Aurora at-large Councilmember Curtis Gardner, with support from the Denver Broncos and the nonprofit Raw Tools, are conducting a series of gun buyback events through October of this year.
Raw Tools is a nonprofit organization out of Colorado Springs. And what they do is they collect the weapons, melt them down, and turn them into garden tools and jewelry. So it's really kind of a beautiful ending to something that has created harm in the community. This is totally voluntary, but what we want to make sure that we're doing is providing an anonymous opportunity for people to turn in weapons that they don't want anymore, no questions asked, and then do something really great with them.
The approach of Raw Tools was developed from an understanding that in order to impact how gun violence influences the community, they needed to learn from those impacted by gun violence.
I will not allow Kason Xavier Evans' face to be dismissed out of the eyes of people. Kason died in my arms, brainstem shattered, from a gun that was stolen out of a home, car stolen, and 3 teenagers joyriding. I refuse to stop sharing his story. It's been 26 years. I will always have an impact in the lives of youth, in the lives of those that are grieving, and empower ourselves the more through this process of turning those weapons into plowshares.
Since its first event in March, the response from the community has been overwhelming. A total of 307 guns were turned in during the first 2 of the 8 events scheduled for this year.
What we see is that people are not storing their guns in safes. They're maybe keeping them in their glove compartment or underneath the seat. And so what is happening is that there's this uptick in property crime. And those guns are being stolen out of people's cars and out of people's homes and then being used in other violent crimes. If these residents don't want their guns anymore, or they don't feel comfortable with them in their homes anymore, and they don't know what to do with them, this is a way for them to give them back and take away those crimes of opportunity that could potentially happen.
Visa gift cards are given as an incentive for any unwanted guns. Rifles and double-barrel shotguns garner $50, handguns and semi-automatic rifles go for $150, and assault-style rifles net $250. Ghost guns, which are illegal in Denver, and homemade guns are accepted, but no money will be awarded for them.
These weapons are not going to be able to be used in a crime. They're not going to be able to be stolen or misused by anyone. So I think we're preventing crimes from actually occurring. And then I think it's just a great community demonstration of a responsible thing to do.
Partnering with the Broncos has allowed us to double our capacity. So we more than doubled our previous firearms taken in at this event today. So it has a real impact when other organizations invest in us, but also allow us to reach a lot more people in the community.
Raw Tools serves as a gun violence prevention organization with a mission to disarm hearts, forge peace, and cultivate justice. In the ongoing effort to turn swords into plowshares, Raw Tools conducts non-violence workshops with a focus on bystander intervention, de-escalation, and restorative justice.
Gun violence awareness and prevention was one of the top focus areas that our players chose this past year. And so when we were looking throughout the state for reputable and vetted and incredible organizations doing important work, we were so thrilled to find Raw Tools and be connected with Mike through this work in order to take a monetary donation and turn it into something tangible to impact the community.
Each gun buyback is a drive-through model. Every participant must remain in their vehicle during delivery. All firearms must be empty with the safety on and brought to the location in the trunk or back seat of the vehicle. Raw Tools representatives are the only ones allowed to handle any weapons taken in at the event.
And actually, in Denver, we allow residents to drop off firearms and ammunition at our local police stations to turn them in. But this provides a totally anonymous way for community members to turn in their firearms that they don't want anymore and know that they're being put to a good use and not resold on the market, but doing something that's really kind of beautiful with them in the end.
Participants have an opportunity to see how these weapons are turned into garden tools.
because they've got the opportunity to do that in a safe space is really, really important. And that's harm reduction in action, and that's what we're doing here.
The gun buyback program runs through October of this year. For a full calendar of scheduled events, visit either rawtools.org or the Council District 5 social media pages for the latest information. Stay elevated by subscribing to the city's YouTube page and stay tuned to our social media channels for more content. Don't miss our new episodes of Elevating Denver, premiering each month. Thanks for watching, Denver.